quick check round. But it's set back a little bit further, this one. Because they caught me in the future. They want me going over the cam. Yeah, we've had a quick check of the chains off camera. No big surprises. She's right. Keep the belt strapped in so don't flap about, getting your nerves. Yeah, we're right. That's my brake. Go put my keys. Oh no. There they are. So that's me quick brake and quick look round. It always pays to check your machines every time you stop. Doesn't have to be on your brake. Anytime you stop, just go round the chains. You'll never regret it. Never ever. Go on, this lorry next to me is zooming off. He's had his 15 just like I have. But we'll let him go first because I'm only going to do 40 miles an hour. I'll load him up. Steady. Hang on. Sorry. I don't know anyone else who works on the roads who watches this. But what did we do before Greg's? Well, I think I'd have starved to death. I don't know. There was a time before they had Greg's on the motorway services, and whoever thought that up, I hope they got promoted. As the services at Fortin, a more modern name, Lancaster North, I think it's called. Lancaster South, I think, I don't know. You go in there on a 6 o'clock on a weekday morning, there's a queue of brickies all the way out to the main gate. I say, genius. And we're on the motorway. Back to life in the slow lane. So these crusher machines, they are an expensive piece of equipment, comfortably £500,000. And they're not a thing you can leave idle. It's just not. They're too valuable to be, and to be honest, they're in so much demand, they're not to be left idle. So they were using it all the way up till 6:30 last night. And this morning, the operator of it was busy on the loading shovel. You can't do two things at once. So when I rock up, we all have to pitch in and get it clean. And to the credit, Andy, the yard man, and Thomas on the shovel, and myself, we pitched in and got it clean. It was about an hour's work. Well, it was an hour's work to get it clean and ready and loaded and chained on. So about an hour and 10 minutes. So it's not too painful, you know. It's very important with these. If you look on them, there's a lot of chassis, a lot of little ledges, and eking little bits of hardcore or a crushed up brake. Just one of them through somebody's windscreen on the motorway, and we're talking serious trouble for everyone involved. So it has to be clean. It does have to be clean. It's important. We had some debate, we used to do, about the crushers, about which way on to put them. And because on a crusher, the main weight of the machine is where the centre of the machine is, or where the skip and the hopper, there's big jaws there that literally crush up the stone and rock. So, but the centre of a crusher, the centre of the balance point, the centre of it is in the centre of the tracks. So don't forget you've got quite a bit of weight in the belt as well. It's not a conveyor. It's not made of plastic. It's a heavy thing too. So in the good old days when we used to have low bed low loaders, a true low loader as it were, this is a step frame. It isn't actually a low bed. So I was saying a trailer with a detachable neck that sits quite low to the floor. It was common to put the skip forward and the belt to the rear, and because by the nature of the design that kind of trailer is a little bit longer than step frame low loader trailer, the whole machine remains within the confines of the trailer. But if you do it with a trailer like mine, a step frame, you've got a good 2 meters of belt sticking out of the back. And if you've got hydraulic operated ramps like mine too, you need to widen the ramps to allow the belt to sit through, or have the ramps at an angle like that, and when you've got a tall angle on the end of the ramp, that sticks out, doesn't look right. And I've got to say, it's not a 100% rule, but generally, if it doesn't look right, it probably isn't. So on my trailer, I measured it. I put one on and delivered it. I put one on skip first, belt to the rear, measured it, and I turned it round. Then I did a return journey. When I collected the same machine, I put it on the other way. And the difference where the centre of the balance point of the crusher was less than the iPhone, less than the length of an iPhone, that much. So after all that squabbling, after all those conversations, after all that I'm right and you're wrong, it doesn't matter. So if you look on, like let's say the McCloskey website, crushers get loaded belt first. And when you see the guys that move their brand new crushers around when they get imported from Ireland or even from Canada, you look at the guys like Stewart's and Martran, they put the belts on forward. Nearly always they put the belts on forward. So and they're coming from the factories, so they're meeting a particular spec to carry that trailer, to carry that machine. Oh, it's absolutely brand new, £500,000 quid of equipment, brand new, ready for delivery. So it's not even being delivered to site, that's getting delivered to the dealer. So it has to be completely immaculate and 100% to the spec that the manufacturers insist on. And if they're putting the belt forwards, that's good enough for me too. Just coming up to where the M62 joins the M61. It's, as you can imagine, Friday afternoon, Manchester, it's a pretty busy junction, gotta say. And we need to be careful because regular motorists and some lorry drivers don't realise I'm only doing 40 mile an hour. And I'm going to have to move over into the middle lane. So, not got much left, I'm going to have to get going soon. Yeah, that's us. It's a bit of a space, and out we go. So I think we're lucky with the traffic here. I can be quite sentimental. Some of us, low loader drivers, we acknowledge each other as we're driving along, especially if we're all from the same area. It doesn't matter what company you work for, especially if you're in construction. We all know the work that you're doing. We all know how hard it is. And there is a level of mutual respect, I suppose. Or it's just friendliness. Or even just feeling like you're in the same club, you know. And you do notice that some guys don't wave back, which is fair enough, really. And I'm probably being hugely sentimental. But yeah, I like that kind of thing. You know, it is a different job from the norm. And especially this kind of thing, you know, you're often on your own and dealing with quite tricky bits of machinery. And yeah, to get a little bit of acknowledgement from your colleagues on the road is pretty cool, actually, got to say. Yeah, it is a funny club. No, we're not doing too badly at all here. I'm sure many of you who watch this will know that this junction at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock on a weekday morning is just solid cars all the way through. No one's moving, they're all just queuing. As you can see, the two offside lanes heading for ultimately the traffic centre, they're slowing down there already. So I'll just ease off a little bit as well in case there's somebody has a frantic change of mind or slams on my side. Yeah, we're cool. Sailing through that, no trouble at all. Just dropping down into Happy Valley now, which is on the M62, not a particularly steep climb. In fact, this isn't the M62 anymore, is it? It's the M60. Come on, try and stay a bit more relevant. But in comparison to the other hills on the M62, it's not particularly steep. But the retarder on this lorry is an hydraulic operator retarder. It never overheats. It is supremely effective. So it's holding this thing now. We're grossing nearly 75 tonne all in, and it's holding it down at 40 mile an hour. I've not touched the service brakes all the way down here. That's an impressive thing. It's not over revving and it's not doing it. It's a really, really, really impressive piece of equipment. Now we got to climb up the other side. It's as far as it's not exactly windy hill, so let's keep going. So we're just getting to the bottom of the rev range for me. Let's take it down half a split. So if I drop a gear now, I'm going to need to double declutch it because the synchro doesn't work on the second and fourth, which is holding it. So let's see. No, it's going to have to come down. I'm going to split back up and the revs. In she goes. Split down, and we're up. So, but there I've got a car stuck right behind me because he doesn't realise, even though I've got beacons on and I'm in the near side lane, how slow this thing is. I think modern motorists are probably quite used to lorries all zooming around at 60 mile an hour, what they think is 60 mile an hour. They probably don't realise that some of us don't quite get to do that. So that's a pretty easy climb up here, 32 miles an hour. I'm only supposed to do 40 anyhow. Yeah, the engine's there, he's willing, he wants to get up. Needs to move up a ratio, so up we come. There we go, look at that. It's a superb piece of equipment, really, really good wagon for this kind of work. And we're at the top of the gears, 40, running at 1,000 revs. Absolutely no trouble at all. That really super smooth, no problem at all.